Irish guy, and it's official. The two most expensive footballers of all time hate each other. By the way, before we start, hit that red subscribe button, but also, voting closes for the Football Content Awards next week. Somehow, we as a community, we are up for Best in Video, Best Content Creator, and weirdly, Best Influencer? Have you seen what I'm wearing? I'm about as much an influencer as I am a Chinese lollipop lady. Listen, if you want to vote for us, the community, all of us together, because this isn't just me, it's you as well, vote for us, vote for yourselves by going on and clicking the link in the description below, alright? Voting closes soon, so get your vote in. Absolute legends. Anyway, back into the video. I mean, they've been together for 5 years. Why are we only now seeing that these two would happily see the other one chopped up and fed to a cow? Honestly, this isn't even like they've just started working together. I mean, maybe then I could understand a Toy Story situation where Mbappe is the shiny new toy, and so yeah, maybe an insecure and jealous Neymar might just want to drown him in a ball pit at Pizza Planet, right? Before getting beaten up by Sideshow Bob in the sequel. I don't know. I think during the second film, I might have fell asleep in the cinema. Words to the wise, don't ever share a bucket of popcorn with my uncle. But yeah, for years, the media were trying to invent stories that were meant to upset these two. I mean, remember back in 2018, when apparently Neymar was bullying poor little Mbappe? I mean, what sells papers more than the shocking reveal that the world's most expensive footballer spends half his working day just bullying teenage children, right? Alright, so what could it be then? In a cutthroat adult football dressing room, I dread to think what was going on. I mean, was Neymar found stuffing dead kittens in Mbappe's shoes? I mean, did he steal his lunch money before flushing his head down the loo? Did he email photos of his own poo to Mbappe's mum? No.
It's been revealed that Neymar and countryman Dani Alves has been openly mocking Mbappe in the dressing room, comparing him to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Donatello.
Is that it?
Alves openly mocked the 19-year-old after Les Blues win over Argentina in the World Cup round of 16, posting an image of a Donatello doll with the caption, "Donatello is fast, eh?"
I'm sorry, but even if these three were at school, yeah, try and bring that problem to the school principal and he'd probably punish you all for wasting his time. I mean, the fact that these two wound up being inseparable party boy friends for years, that sort of spoiled the media's agenda, right? But if anything, I would actually commend Neymar for how he's dealt with Mbappe so far. I mean, imagine, you just sacrificed a dream Barcelona team to commit the best years of your life to the dregs of French football. I mean, you've been promised that you're going to be treated as a king and to be by far the best footballer the club has ever seen. Well, actually, I don't know. Ronaldinho did play for PSG. Well, the second best footballer the club had ever seen, right? And don't even think about saying JJ Okocha. Yeah, an absolute baller at PSG. He wound up signing for Bolton. But yeah, he was following in the footsteps of Ronaldinho. Honestly, when he made this move to PSG in 2017, Neymar was training as much as Conor McGregor. Honestly, this man had given up Messi ball to become the biggest, fattest fish in some swanky Parisian pond. I mean, honestly, can you imagine the other levels of fuss he must have had that summer? But Neymar was the best player for PSG for less than a month. Honestly, it was a bit like the plot of a zombie film because on August the 3rd, he sent shockwaves around the earth by signing for PSG, and then 28 days later, they were signing Kylian Mbappe from Monaco on loan. Okay, to be fair, back then Neymar was still the better player, but still, I mean, it's like a woman making the difficult decision to divorce an uber successful man like George Clooney to shack up with, oh, I don't know, some young superficial meathead with money, like, I don't know, Liam Payne of One Direction, only to realize that after 3 weeks, he's already spotted with a new model in Pizza Hut. Yeah, Clooney's ex-wife will be this close to doing a nervous poo on the floor. I mean, come on, Neymar did not expect this at PSG. He was supposed to be the guy. I mean, sure, this is a French club with pots of cash, but I mean, the previous summer, they were being tipped to pay £50 million for Daniel Sturridge. Apparently, they were ready to hijack West Ham's pursuit of Alexander Lacazette. Only 3 summers earlier, they were interested in Adnan Januzaj and Adel Taarabt. I mean, they just signed Hanan Ben Arfa, a ridiculous bag of talent, yes, but let's be real, by 2016, he was a whole city reject. Someone who couldn't even impress Steve Bruce. Yeah, Steve Bruce. All you need to do is offer him a free bag of cake and he'll love you forever. But first, a quick mention to say that this video is sponsored by Manscaped. I mean, it's the last day of the summer, right? Switch off this video and go to the beach. But for the love of Jose Mourinho, shave that hair. Okay, nobody at the beach wants to see someone who looks like they're growing a wolf out of their shorts. Listen, get the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. In it, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a nice little travel bag. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor and a new multifunction on and off switch, and it gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off, so you can finally shave in the dark. Although, not sure what you need need to do that unless you're Pennywise the Clown. Oh yeah, and finally, it is waterproof, but again, please don't shave yourself in the sea. It'll probably make the lifeguard puke in his hand. So go on, Manscaped are giving everyone who watches this channel a huge 20% off plus free shipping when you use the code irishguy20 at checkout. So go on, link in the description, back into the video. But you know what? Fair play Neymar. He could have spat his dummy out. I mean, this man who wanted a platform to stand out, right? Away from Lionel Messi so he could become the guy. The top dog, allowing him to finally win a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, the truth is, Ney, nobody is ever going to be voted the best player in the world by scoring hat-tricks against Guingamp and Nice. But yeah, Mbappe was a threat to him and his legacy. I mean, here are Kylian's numbers at PSG. 21 goals in his first season, 39 goals in his second, 30 in his third season, 42 in his fourth, 39 last season, and so far 10 goals in 9 matches. And Neymar has never hit 30 goals in a season for PSG. Not once. I mean, he hasn't finished as his club's top scorer since his debut season. I mean, last season, he trickled in 13 goals, a full 26 less than Mbappe. I mean, this man is now in his 30s. What does he have to show for it? I mean, name me one way that Mbappe has enhanced his career. Because I'm sorry, Neymar would have won those 4 league titles with or without the help of Kylian. All Mbappe has done is just diluted Neymar's hype. I mean, let's be honest, he's been in the shadow of this French child for years. And now the unthinkable. PSG's Galactico doesn't even earn the most money at the club. Mbappe has basically spent the last 18 months telling the press that he wants to leave PSG for Real Madrid. I mean, at least when Neymar wanted his move back to Barcelona, I mean, he kept it quiet. He wasn't exactly singing it in the streets, but Mbappe did. And he gets rewarded by practically being made president of the club. So, why do they hate each other? Well, recently, Mbappe, who obviously has made himself designated penalty taker, well, he missed one in a match against Montpellier. And then he gets a second spot kick in the match, and Neymar picks up the ball. Then Mbappe comes over, asks Neymar if he can take it, and Neymar says no, and scores. Mbappe walked off in a strut. And the internet had their say.
Neymar and Messi should continue to support each other on and off the field and ignore the antics of this spoiled brat. Mbappe is insane. He is a total menace to the team. Mbappe becoming selfish. That's what happens when you give a kid too much power.
Alright, relax. He's not exactly Joffrey Baratheon. I think Mbappe should be applauded for this. I'm sorry, but he is the #1 designated penalty taker. All he did was just expose that the PSG boss, Christophe Gaultier, had the backbone of a paraplegic donkey. I mean, what do you expect from a failed Portsmouth assistant coach? Mbappe was the one who was on penalties. He should have taken it. Neymar can't just take matters into his own hands on the pitch. I mean, don't forget, the Brazilian, he's got form for this. He fell out with Edinson Cavani at PSG too for the exact same thing, trying to steal the Uruguayan's penalty in a match against Lyon. I mean, this is basically like when Mario Balotelli robbed the penalty of Jordan Henderson for Liverpool in a Europa League game. And Steven Gerrard came out and said that was total disrespect. And it was. Lads, right now, Neymar is the Balotelli in this situation. Why are you applauding him for this? This wasn't Mbappe trying to steal Neymar's penalty. It was Neymar stealing Mbappe's. Honestly, I feel like a primary school teacher who's having to explain to the parents why their kids are now covered in mud and sticking of wedgies. But honestly, Mbappe was the good guy here. The one who kept the peace by choosing to walk away and just let Neymar have his toy. And then, the next time PSG get a penalty was against Monaco, and Mbappe still just lets Neymar take it without a fuss. I know the world wants to hate Mbappe right now. Through what? Just because of jealousy. But I'm sorry, if you were offered £72 million a year to play football, you'd obviously take it. And especially for your boyhood club. He gets paid £1.3 million per week, and he doesn't even need to leave Europe. I mean, sure, if he was sacrificing his career ambitions to earn that bag in Qatar or Japan, then fine. Tell him that he's a modern day waste man. But lad, he's just signed a deal where PSG will pay him more than £500 million, and he doesn't even need to give up the Champions League. Sure, if he was living in a place like Al-Kubar, competing for a golden boot against Odion Gallo, someone who is football's answer to a cat-pissed milkshake, then fine, I get the criticism. But lads, he can still get his dream move to Real Madrid when he's 25. I mean, what's the rush? Let's be real. Real Madrid didn't start winning Champions Leagues until Cristiano Ronaldo was 29. So he could realistically have just waited for Sir Alex Ferguson to retire before quitting Manchester United, and it wouldn't have harmed his career at all. Honestly, he could have just chose to bypass the entire Jose Mourinho reign at the Bernabeu to instead play in a Manchester United front three with Wayne Rooney and Robin van Persie, and he would still have had an amazing career. Like, what's the problem? To be fair, actually, in Fergie's last season, the game plan was just give Van Persie the ball. Yeah, try and tell Ronaldo to pass the ball to anybody. Oh, just try. It'd be like asking Seth Rogen to put down the fork. So really, Manchester United would probably have just signed Olivier Giroud from Montpellier. He could have played the Karim Benzema role of just feeding Ronaldo on the wing, leaving RVP to join Man City and form a strike partnership with Sergio Aguero. And I'm sorry about that. That would have been an utter joke. But honestly, Ronaldo could have just left Manchester United after 10 years, bow out with a testimonial, leaving Michael Owen to spend the next 50 years telling anyone with ears that, yeah, he played with both Ronaldos. But yeah, Neymar has like 2 anti-Kylian Mbappe social media posts, and he's being praised for that. Apparently that's a good thing. Since when did Neymar become the good guy? I mean, apparently Mbappe wants Neymar to be sold. Look, these are 2 monster egos, yes, but to me, Neymar has the biggest one. This is a guy who, if he had the work of Ronaldo, he could have and should have been the best player in the world. Honestly, imagine if he had moved to Real Madrid in 2018. I mean, he'd have been the immediate heir to Ronaldo at the Bernabeu. I mean, come on, lads, they even share the same birthday. It's written in the stars. These are both 5th of February superstars. Neymar should have been the one to fill his boots. I mean, honestly, imagine being the heir to both legendary Ronaldos for both club and country. But instead, Madrid chose to spend £100 million on Eden Hazard, who's done nothing but stuff his face with cheeseburgers for about 3 hours a day. Lads, imagine a front three of Karim Benzema, Vinicius Jr. and Neymar. This was the move to make. He should be the modern day Luis Figo, the one who Barcelona fans throw decapitated pigs at in the streets. That should have been him. It was the perfect transfer to make. He is a Galactico. Everything about him screams Real Madrid. But, I mean, it seems incredibly stupid to say this about a team who dropped 2 points in 8 games this season, but PSG are a mess. I mean, this is what the sporting director Luis Campos had to say this week.
We made a mistake in the past of recruiting 2 players in the same position.
Yeah. PSG regret buying Neymar. I mean, arguably, what they should have done is just left him at Barcelona, buy Mbappe from Monaco, sure, and then just concentrate on promoting your academy talent, like Moussa Diaby and Christopher Nkunku. I mean, maybe buy Alan Maxim from Nice to buff up the squad depth. I mean, that £200 million you spent on Neymar, that summer, you could have bought Bernardo Silva from Monaco for 50 million quid. And lads, hindsight is everything, yes, but a £60 million bid for Roma's Mo Salah would have blown Liverpool out of the water. And so a front three of Salah, Nkunku and Mbappe. Oh, behave! Anyway, that's for watching. Let me know what you think about the whole Neymar and Mbappe beef. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. As always, I'll talk shit a while.